You can't build a basement out of wood, won't it rot? It's a wide-held belief, and it's false. Just think of one of the world's most popular tourist destinations, Venice, Italy, the city built over water. Venice's grand palaces, amazing churches, and other buildings are essentially supported by thousands of wood pilings that date back hundreds of years, and they were being used before modern wood treatment technology was around. Later on we'll explain how Venice's wood pilings are withstanding the test of time, despite being submerged in water. But obviously the ancient Venetians knew something that we in North America seem to forget. After all, whenever builders build below grade here, they typically go with concrete. No wonder people usually consider basements as dark, musty places that are best suited for storage, not so much an everyday living area. But it doesn't have to be that way. Concrete foundations have their flaws, but fortunately there is an alternative. By combining structural insulated panels, or SIPs, with permanent wood foundations, or PWF, you'll always get a basement that is warm, dry, and comfortable. Admittedly, it's a non-conventional approach, so let's dispel the myth that you shouldn't use wood underground. There are 4 factors that will cause wood to decompose. First, there's oxygen. Second, a favorable warm temperature. Third, moisture. And finally, a food source, which is found in the cellular structure of natural wood. Now take away one or more of those elements, and the wood is no longer subject to decomposition. Those wood pilings that support Venice have been in place for hundreds of years because they aren't exposed to oxygen. That's why work crews in Venice take extra precautions to ensure that the pilings are protected from the air when cleaning the city's canal. Nowadays, by pressure treating wood, we eliminate one of the other 4 factors, the wood's food source. The so-called Bethel process was invented way back in 1838, and it is still the basis for modern-day pressure treating techniques. Raw logs or cut lumber are inserted into a giant chamber. First, an initial vacuum stage removes all air from the chamber and preservative chemicals are injected into the tank. Then, through a series of high-pressure and additional vacuum cycles, the preservatives are forced deep into the cellular structure of the wood. As a result, the wood is no longer a food source for fungi, bacteria, and insects. Modern science has improved considerably upon this old technology. Preserved wood has become an excellent material for home foundations. The first known home to be built with a PWF system was in 1967 in Alberta. Since then, over 200,000 housing projects across North America have used PWF with overwhelming success. In 1984, Thermapan further revolutionized building by incorporating PWF into its structural insulated panel technology. A standard above-grade SIP used for walls or roofs consists of a solid layer of EPS insulation sandwiched between 2 sheets of 7/16" oriented strand board, or OSB. Thermapan ingeniously substituted the exterior OSB board with a sheet of 5/8" pressure-treated plywood and increased the thickness of the EPS. A PWF SIP can offer homeowners true insulation values ranging from R28 to R45. PWF SIPs are very strong as well. Each 4x8 panel has the capacity for 30,000 pounds of loading. That's equivalent to stacking 10 mid-sized cars on every panel. The result is a foundation system that is easy to build, well insulated, and offers the utmost in living comfort. Well over 1,000 housing projects have been completed to date using Thermapan's PWF SIPs. The evidence over the years is overwhelming. PWF SIPs are vastly superior to traditional concrete basements. The problems with concrete are numerous. First, it's not a good insulator. An inch of concrete provides an effective R value of merely around 0.5. So a typical 8-inch thick concrete basement has an R value rating of just 3.7. So to insulate the basement, most builders need to frame the interior of concrete walls with studs and fiberglass insulation. a measure that increases costs and even then only offers modest insulative improvement. A typical frame basement offers a rated R value of R12 to R17, but as explained in the Thermapan insulation movie, the true R value is significantly less during winter conditions. It's no wonder that the basement normally accounts for 37% of a home's energy loss. The second problem with concrete is that it is a porous material, so moisture and water will inevitably seep in. Homeowners who choose to finish their basements face constant anxiety over the possibility of water and mold, which could cause considerable property damage. Homeowners have to run dehumidifiers constantly to remove moisture from their damp basements. While spray or delta membrane definitely helps protect concrete from moisture, it is not a complete solution. And the other major flaw of concrete is that it is so rigid with no give. All buildings settle after construction, no matter how well built they are. It doesn't take much for concrete to crack, which only aggravates the problem of water seepage. Cracks are very common in concrete foundations, and they can be very costly to repair. Building a PWF SIP foundation eliminates all these problems with concrete. Moreover, it is an easy and cost-effective process. It's essentially the same as putting up a regular above-grade SIP wall with some small yet important differences. First, all studs and plating used to connect the foundation SIPs are made of PWF. Second, corrosion-resistant fasteners are also used to fasten the PWF SIPs to the footing and plating. Caulking is an additional important step in order to ensure a vapor barrier. Caulk is placed along all joints between panels on both the interior and exterior sides. Next, a 6 mil poly moisture membrane is installed along the outside surface of the foundation wall. Other membranes may be added for additional protection. Finally, the foundation needs to be backfilled with gravel rather than dirt. Most concrete foundations are backfilled with soil. This dirt backfill, however, absorbs moisture and holds it against the foundation, causing dampness in the basement. This is avoided with PWF foundations because they are backfilled with stone or sand 1 foot or 30 centimeters out from the foundation wall. The gravel backfill, along with the 6 mil poly membrane, channels any water that gets below the soil line to the weeping tile, and finally to the sump. There is minimal chance that moisture will come into contact with the foundation wall. The advantages of a PWF SIP foundation are numerous. Basements are dry, with none of the mustiness that homeowners come to expect with concrete. It is as comfortable in the basement as it is on the main floor. SIPs deliver superior insulative benefits, preventing energy loss and saving money, in addition to ensuring a comfortable basement temperature. A PWF SIP foundation won't crack because it isn't rigid like concrete. Instead, it conforms to the natural settlement of the house, maintaining its structural integrity all along. Finishing is easy with a PWF SIP foundation, since no framing is necessary. Simply sheetrock the surface of the SIP wall, and you're done. Construction is fast because it involves much less labor and doesn't require the curing time that comes with a concrete foundation. And of particular note, a PWF SIP system is basically cost equivalent with concrete, but brings so many added benefits. So when you factor in energy savings over, homeowners with PWF SIP foundation walls will gladly attest that their decision was a good one. John and Kathy Q of Cameron, Ontario say, "We have been in our home for almost a year now. Our utilities for heat and hydro have been cut in half. We thoroughly enjoy our SIP basement as well. No musty concrete smell or odors. It's a very comfortable feeling, with no humidity either. We can't say enough about how happy we are in our home. If we ever build again, it will be a Thermapan home." Another homeowner, Irene M. of Dunnville, Ontario, says, "We built our house right on the lake over 16 years ago, and the best decision we made was to build with Thermapan SIPs. The foundation system was fantastic. Our basement is warm and very dry, which is critical to us because of my husband's asthma. He can go down to his workshop at any time for hours on end, without any of the symptoms he experiences in regular basements. Not a single problem ever. I can't say enough about Thermapan's system and highly recommend it. PWF systems are approved by building codes throughout Canada and the United States. Building standards are readily available in all jurisdictions, and Thermapan provides a series of technical drawings to help builders ensure code is met or exceeded. In addition, Thermapan recommends installation according to standards set by the Canadian Standards Association, the National Forest Products Association, and the Southern Pine Council. These organizations have all done vast amounts of research to conclude that PWF systems are safe, strong, and effective. Thermapan's own track record is flawless, without a single incident in over 20 years of experience. The company offers a limited lifetime warranty. In home building, as with everything in the world, the importance of a good foundation cannot be understated. Thermapan PWF SIP foundations are proven. When you understand the science behind wood and realize how PWF systems are immune from decay, it's clear that the advantages over concrete basements are extensive. Enjoy your new home to its utmost and make cold, damp basements a thing of the past. After all, Thermapan is the better way to build.